I love baseball.
Baseball, baseball.
94.5 The Peak presents Wasatch Wasp Baseball on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. This broadcast is powered by Guild Mortgage, Dairy King, CarQuest Auto Parts, Physical at the Fit Stop, Wasatch Back Flooring, Napa Wasatch Auto Parts, Heber City Point S, Dorius Dental, and Bank of Utah.
Baseball.
The guy on first.
Who?
The first base. Who? The guy playing first.
Who is on first?
I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the Diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch Wasp Baseball on 94.5 The Peak.
Good morning and welcome to the ballpark. Tyler Barrett here with Tyler Moss live from Hurricane High School to kick off the 2025 baseball season and the kickoff of the Bo McCoy era here at Wasatch High School as well. New head coach, new regime, and a good one to start it off as they were going to be taking on the 3A state champs in Union High School this morning.
I'll tell you, a team that we really enjoyed watching last year in Union High School. And looking forward to watching Coach McCoy and this team. He's very excited about the youth that are on this team especially. Got a good group of seniors coming back, mixed with some underclassmen, Tyler, that are going to get their first chance to prove themselves out here on the field. So this should be a fun season, and excited to get to baseball. Can you believe it, Ty, with all the snow falling in Heber? We are playing baseball down here in southern Utah.
Ball one here is Ryan Oakley will take the mound here for the Union Cougars. Up first for the Wasps will be sophomore Eddie Bluth, little brother of Jack Bluth. Had a career down at Salt Lake Community College for a couple of years. Now little brother stepping in on the left-hand side. Ty, looks almost like splitting image of Jack.
It looks just like him. Ty, the way he runs, the way he just competes out there. You remember Jack, that was one of his greatest qualities is he would just grind out everything, just a hard worker. And they say Eddie's the same way, that he's just going to go out there and put it all on the field. And he's going to get his first crack at it this year. Tyler starting in the outfield today.
Yes, playing right field. 2-1 the count after a couple of balls and then a strike. So 2-1 the count, the pitch. Up in the zone once again. Up in the zone early on is Oakley. 3-1 now the count.
Something that you like about Eddie too, Tyler, and this is just one of those little details, but being able to put lefties in the lineup, lefties that have some speed, and lefties that can be selective at the plate. I mean, right now this is a great first at bat for him, being a little selective, seeing some pitches to start it off. That's a telling pitch right there, too, Ty.
Yeah,
3-1. Okie goes to an off-speed pitch to carry it over for a strike. So that's telling to the Wasatch hitters, hey, he'll throw that at any point in the count.
Payoff pitch here to the first batter. Swing and a miss for strike three. First batter of the season for Wasatch goes down swinging. One out here in the top half of the first inning. Top half of the first brought to you by the Dairy King.
Ty, I hope those hitters for Wasatch are paying attention over here. That's a really telling at bat. Okie goes 3-1 curveball, 3-2 curveball to put out Bluth. So even though Bluth goes down with a strikeout, that's a good at bat there from Eddie, showing the hitters how this guy's going to operate on the mound. Wasatch needs to be ready for that curveball that they can throw at any point in the count. Those are traditionally high percentage fastball counts that he went curveball.
Number 2 hitter here for Wasatch is Blake Sweat, one of the few seniors on the team this year. 282 batting average last year in the 2024 campaign. Swing, fouls off the first pitch, low ball that's called a strike.
Yeah, I like that strike call, Tyler. That's the one you say you work all winter for. If you can hit that spot consistently, it's going to be tough to hit against a pitcher like that.
The 0-2, that one spikes it in the dirt in front of the dish for ball one. 1-2 now the count. Blake Sweat also starting on the mound for Wasatch. On deck, Ty, a new face and an exciting face. Freshman Austin Brown starting in center field. The 1-2 is going to be a high chopper to the shortstop. Shortstop fields the short hop, throws it on the run in time. Nice play by the shortstop from Union, and Wasatch has 2 away.
Very good play. That ball nearly ate him up, Tyler. That high chopper, he just got caught in between land. Not sure where he should charge it or sit back. You always want to come hard on that ball, but he gave himself an awkward hop, but he handled it, made a poor throw over to first, but it was at least on target. And the first baseman helped him out, digging it out of the dirt there. It's a good play there from the shortstop and the first baseman of Union.
Back years, Wasatch puts a freshman in the starting lineup. This is Austin Brown, hitting from the left-hand side, playing center field. A lot of hype around Austin coming into this season.
Yeah, Ty, and as a freshman, you don't want to overdo the hype here and talk about it, but he looks like the real deal, doesn't he? I mean, he doesn't look like a freshman standing out there. Left-handed, stands just over 6 foot, got good power.
Wind up the 1-0 after a ball one. Swing and a miss for strike one. 1-1 now the count to the freshman. On deck for the Wasps is senior Colden Hafen. Back playing this year. Designated hitter today for Wasatch. Another swing and a miss. Foul ball. Moves the count to 1-2. Wasatch strikeout ground out here in the top half of the first. Union 23-12 last year, beat Wasatch 9-6 in their game down in here in St. George last season, then ended up winning the 3A state title. Was a team that we kind of saw coming, Ty.
Yeah, really.
Wasatch put kind of some slower arms out onto the mound, and they were just right center, right center, right center. Just showed a lot of discipline in the box, and went on to win the title. The 2-2 also misses high with that off-speed pitch again.
Yeah, and Ty, what you mentioned there, it just showed the discipline of the team, right? It was a disciplined team that it didn't matter what was on the mound. They were going to have the right approach. They were going to take the right approach. They could bunt. They could run. They had speed. They just had all the little details that people generally ignore a lot of the time, but make a difference in the state championship teams. If you can run, if you can bunt, if you're selective, if you're inside out, you can handle those tough pitches, and this Union team had it. There's a good curveball there, Ty, that comes through, catches the inside corner of the plate. Going to have strike 3 on Brown. Two strikeouts there in the first inning.
Wasatch is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors on 17 pitches. And we're going to go ahead and keep it here for the middle half of the first inning and get into our Dairy King pregame show. Didn't get to go into the Dairy King pregame show. I think Tyler's trying to preserve me. It's been a long week of travel for me and left early this morning. Had to weather the weather in order to get down here, and I'm feeling a little bit tired.
Not too early to give you a hard time, Tyler. Sorry I jumped in there on your strike 3
No
call.
worries.
I wasn't sure if you were awake over there at this point. You've had a lot of travel. Yeah, literally touching each coastline here over the last couple of days, from East Coast to West Coast, and then driving through the snow to get down here to St. George this morning. But now you get to sit and watch baseball all day, and it's hard to beat that, Tyler. Just the sun is out. It's a little chilly. It's jacket weather down here, but definitely better weather than what we came through to get down here.
Well, let's go ahead and take us around the diamond, Tyler, of the defensive starting lineup here for Wasatch, brought to you by UCCU, an organization rooted in the credit union philosophy of people helping people. UCCU, love where you bank.
Yeah, Ty, and I guess you want me to do that, but you've stolen the iPad over there. That
I have, sorry.
But I got it over here. I'm going to go just the old traditional way with the eyeballs and tell you what we've got around the lineup here, Tyler. In right field for the Wasps will be Eddie Bluth, and Blake Sweat will be starting on the mound, the senior flamethrower for Wasatch. Blake has committed at the next level. He's going to play in Montana some college baseball, so you're going to see a good live arm on the mound for Wasatch here today. Austin Brown's going to play center field. The freshman can run it down there in center field. Hafen DHing for the Wasps, hitting in the 4 spot. At the 5th spot is Bridger Shaw, who will be moving over to third base this year for Wasatch. Grant Mahoney, the senior, playing first base. Braxton Fowler, the sophomore, at shortstop. Micah Dahl at the catching position today for Wasatch. And then Kyron Stocking in left field. And Hafen is DHing for Jack Salmon, who is playing second base today for the Wasps.
Yeah, Salmon, another sophomore, so a couple of sophomores in the lineup today for Wasatch. I'll go ahead and get started here. The leadoff batter is going to be Franson, the center fielder, wearing number 26. Ty, a couple of black-on-black jerseys. Wasatch wearing kind of the Pittsburgh Pirates look, and Union wearing a black-white pin look. Which one do you like better out of the two black uniforms?
I kind of like the Pittsburgh Pirate look over here, Tyler. The Wasatch old-school Pittsburgh Pirate look is a nice, clean look. They've got the white cleats this year to go around the uni for Wasatch as well. Pittsburgh, they're the thick white pinstripes as well, and so this one looks a little bit chaotic to my eyes over here, Ty. But you know what? There used to be the joke. Wasatch and Union always would have similar uniforms,
they would.
Right? Who was copying who between the two schools when they were in the same region.
0-2 the count, misses outside for ball 1. Strike 1, foul ball, and now a ball 1 on the outside corner. Moves count to 1-2 here to the leadoff guy for Union High School. Blake working out of the windup, delivers the 1-2. That one misses everything.
So where we're looking for growth from Blake this year, Tyler, is we've seen him for 2 years now, and he's been really good at getting ahead on hitters like this over the course of his career, but putting him away has been a bit of a struggle, and he often would go deep into the count, get 2-2, 3-2. Where we're looking this year as a senior for growth is you got to be able to put these guys away when you're up 0-2 like he is. No sense in wasting pitches. Just keep getting after it. Right now, first hitter, he gets up 0-2, but we're back to 3-2 after 3 straight balls.
Full count. First trip out into the field brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. When it comes to your health, you deserve quality and effective care at Physical Heber Valley. We work with you to understand your health and wellness goals and create a customized plan to get your desired outcome. Foul ball on the payoff pitch keeps the count at 3-2.
No need to go away from the fastball yet, Tyler. Keep challenging with that fastball early on.
Another payoff. It's going to be swung on. Ground ball to the shortstop. Fowler bobbles. Not going to be able to make the play. Get a ground ball, but not able to make the play. And the first base runner of the game will come in the bottom half of the first as Franson reaches base for the Cougars.
It's a good pitch. I like that 3-2 pitch. You get a soft ground ball there. If you're Blake, don't go away from that approach. Braxton will get the next one.
Going to bring up the designated hitter today for Union High School, number 2, Labrum. Nobody out. Runner on first here for the Cougars. Fowler started a lot of games last year at second, at short, on the mound as well. One of the experienced returners here for the Wasps. First pitch is going to get away from Dahl, and the runner will advance on the pass ball. So 1-0 the count. Nobody out. Runner on second base. A duck on the pond here for Union. This is their second game already today. They played this morning against the Logan High Grizzlies. We're down 2-0 going into the 6th, and then put a 12 spot up in the top half of the 6th to get the win 12-2. Also beat Emory early on in the season, starting off where they left off last year.
Yeah, Ty, don't be fooled by the 3A classification of this Union team. If you're Wasatch, you got to come in ready to roll here. You got to get mentally dialed in because this team will jump on you. 12 runs in the 6th inning Union put up on Logan. And so you can't give them freebies. You can't make mistakes. This team will put it on you.
2-0 the count after a couple of misses high to Labrum. Sweat still working out of the stretch with the runner on second base. Fowler trying to keep him close with the lefty in the box. The 2-0 misses inside for ball 3.
How about two really classic names for these schools? Sweat versus Labrum. Feels like we've
had
Labrum for generations there at Union High School.
Head coach for Union is Labrum.
Sweat's coming through, obviously, the Wasatch programs for years. Kind of a fun heritage matchup.
3-0 swinging. Fouls that one off down the left-hand side. 3-1 now the count. Seen that multiple times now here from Union, giving the green light on the 3-0. Something you're seeing more and more with the analytics side of things of go ahead and swing at a 3-0 piped pitch down the line. That one misses. Foul. 3-1 the count. Another swing and a foul ball once again into the football field. Fills up the count at 3-2.
Trying to stay inside out on that swing here, Tyler. Again, a little behind that fastball, but the way the swing is being approached right now from Labrum, I think he'll get you on the outer half of the plate if you're Blake on that fastball. So if he can continue to get in on the inside half, I think that's where you put this away. That's where Dahl's setting up.
Dahl sets up. He swings on this one, though. It's going to be to the right center field gap. Nobody's going to get to that one. That one gets by all the outfielders. One run will come in, and Union will take the lead. Labrum will settle for a double. Walk double, and Union takes the 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the first.
That's a good swing from Labrum, Tyler, and it's the right approach getting on the inside part of the plate. It's just left up. It's up, hovering over the middle part of the plate, and just too easy for Labrum to get the hands through it and pull it.
Going to bring up the number 3 hitter here for Union High School, Tyson Marks. Going to be playing first base today. Another lefty in the lineup for Union. Remind our listeners that Smiles by Design is one of our loyal sponsors, brightening lives and instilling confidence and inspiring wellness. Enjoy welcoming, personalized dental care that leaves a lasting impression. Ty, they're also our sponsors of our Keys to the Game. Want to approach it. Keys to this first tournament. You know, first time out. We got our traditional Wasatch snow, so Wasatch had a hard time getting out onto the field. What are you looking for as a coach this weekend if you're Coach McCoy?
Well, I already told you specifically what you want to see from Blake, right? You've got these individual goals, and for Blake, you want him to be able to work ahead in the count. And specifically, they're looking for him to challenge with the fastball this year. He's got a good live fastball, and so don't fall in love with the breaker. Don't go to that breaking pitch too often. Just keep challenging with the fastball if you're Sweat on the mound. But, Ty, there's a lot of youth. You look at Jack Salmon. This is his first time in a varsity game at second base. Braxton Fowler, now you're starting shortstop after Carter Bacad's been there for several years. Austin Brown in center is only a freshman. And so you want to see how they adjust to the speed of the game. And it sounds silly, but it is a difference, okay? And when you talk about playing fall ball varsity leagues or summer ball varsity leagues, it's just not the same. It's not the same. It's a different speed. There's a different kind of control to the game out here. And so you want these guys to show that they can handle the speed of the game. And that's the key that you're looking at here for Wasatch in this one is can they grow in confidence? Can they get caught up with the speed of the game?
Blake misses on 4 straight pitches here to the number 3 hitter, Marks. Walks him on pitches just above the belt. Pretty close pitches, but that'll be the second walk of the inning. So runners on first and second, nobody out for the number 4 hitter, Roberts. Gavin Roberts playing third base today for the Cougars. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, that Fastball jumped on Roberts there, didn't it, Ty? Looked
Yeah.
kind of like a stiff defensive swing there.
0-1 the count. Blake takes one look, takes a second look. Swing and fouls that one off. 0-2 the count. So after a 4 straight pitch walk, Blake comes back with back-to-back fastballs and gets up 0-2. Blake will get the count, takes a long look, takes a second, delivers the 0-2. Runners are going to go. It's a hit and run, and another single. That one's going to go through the 5-6 hole. Stocking bobbles it in the outfield. Runner will advance to third. So one run will come in. Runner on first advances to third. And another single. Still nobody out here for the Wasps, and Union takes the 2-0 lead.
You can see, Ty, first game versus third, fourth game here of the year for Union. Union's got a couple games in already, and it looks like they're warmed up a little bit, but just little things are a little bit slow. A couple bobbles already for Wasatch in this game. That one there with the hit and run, you don't have a chance to get that guy at home. So I'm watching to see how the defense is reacting, because really the play there is at third base. That guy was going first to third, and they were giving you an out. But Wasatch just wasn't lining up. There wasn't the communication there, and they were going home all the way on that one, and they were missing a potential out there. So it just kind of looks like first game, got to shake off the cobwebs, get some rust off here. But there's some little things early on that the Wasps certainly can clean up here as they move forward in this tournament.
First inning action brought to you by Mountain West Trailers. Knows you value strength and reliability. Utility trailers built to last, enclosed cargo for your business, dump trailers for tough jobs, or open trailers for everything in between. Haul it all, big or small, because Mountain West Trailers stands tall. Visit them at mountainwesttrailer.com. Number 5 hitter in the lineup is going to be Rich, catcher today for Union High School, hitting on the right-hand side. Swing and a foul ball to start off the at-bat.
Yeah, watching Rich here as a catcher in the previous game, Tyler, kind of an interesting player. Had a good arm behind the dish, but Logan was able to capitalize on some slow movements from the pitchers going home for Union. Logan was able to steal several bases on Union and Rich, but I don't think it was because of the catcher himself. So, again, it's another key that you can look for moving down in the course of this game is the pace that the Union pitchers compete at if Wasatch is able to get base runners on the actual bags here during the game.
First and third. Called strike one, swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 the count. Runners on first and third. Wasatch still looking for their first out of the season. Gets him on a backwards K. Gets the inside corner. First strikeout of the season for Blake Sweat. First out of the season for the Wasps.
Yeah, good pitch from Blake there, Tyler. That's what we're talking about. 0-2, challenges with the fastball. Comes inside. A lot of hitters don't like to be challenged inside. In fact, Blake got him brushing off the plate there. He was kind of backing up, nervous about that ball coming into him, but caught the inside part of the plate. Get the first out. Now you're a ground ball away from shutting this inning down.
It's going to bring up Nelson, the shortstop. Made a great play in the top half of the first. For the second out of the inning. Comes up again with runners on the corners. Slide step delivery. Misses too far inside that time for a ball one.
I'd expect at some point here Union wanting to put some kind of motion in at first base, Ty, but I don't think they're happy about the speed that they've got over there at first base. And so interesting to see what they do here, whether they want to go straight up still, if they try to work in a hit and run again at some point.
The runner goes. Pitch is a ball high. Ball's going to go in. Oh, good backup there from Faller, so he's going to keep the ball in the infield. Runner will stay at third base. Second and third. 2 ducks on the pond here for Union with the 2-0 count.
I don't think Micah had a clean grip on that ball when he came up, Tyler. It just kind of looked like he had a little hitch and wasn't able to get rid of that quite as quickly as he would have liked. Coach McCoy really liked the development that Micah made from the fall to the spring here. Said he was one of their best workers, really performed well in the fall leagues, had a great release, and likes what he's doing as far as receiving and throwing behind the dish for Wasatch this year.
Blake moves back into the windup, delivers a strike one. 2-1 now the count. Swung on. It's going to be a ground ball to the backhand of Faller. Runner will score. Faller throws across the diamond. It's high. It's going to go over the first baseman's head. Runner will advance to third. Runner comes in to score. And another runner is safe at first. Second error of the inning there for Faller. And it's now a 3-0 lead for the Cougars.
Yeah, how many times can you say it? Feels like some first game rust, doesn't it? Because watching Braxton last year as a freshman at short, just so clean. Made most of the plays that came at him. That's a throw that he can make, 99% of the time. But give a little grace here. First time really out on the grass here, Tyler. Their field's been under snow. They play on turf, so it's a little bit of an adjustment early on here for these guys playing in the infield. But second error of the inning has led to a couple runs here.
Yeah, I need to correct myself. I said that there was the second walk of the inning for Sweat. That was only the first walk of the inning moments ago. A couple of errors. Sacrifice fly here to the outfield. So the second out of the inning for Wasatch as Eddie Bluth makes the catch. But a runner will come in to score to make the score 4-0.
Look, Ty, we're paid to come be Wasatch homers, right? We are. We like watching Wasatch baseball. But the stuff you're seeing Union do here, you got to tip your cap here. Ty, the stuff they're doing, they're walking, they're finding a way on, and getting hit and runs that they're executing effectively to get runs across the board. There's a sack fly, just a simple sack fly from the bottom of the lineup that's pushing across another run. Just this Union team does the little things. Like what they're doing here.
Going to bring up Dylan. We're going to call him Dylan, Ty. It's a heck of a last name. If you want to look at it.
How many letters? That's.
It's enough that the coach started with one size font and then adjusted it towards the end of the. Two called strikes here against Dylan, making it an 0-2 count.
Give a try at it at one point, Tyler.
For the number 8 hitter.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Wadahomagi. But Dylan seems a little more clean. Wearing number 24 here for the Cougars.
Playing second base. 0-2 count. Wasatch trying to get out of the inning with 2 outs. Runner on first. Runner's going to go. Swung on. It's going to be a ground ball at the middle. Faller can't handle it. It's going to be get through. Runner's going to try to advance to third. Nope, changes his mind. Will scamper back to second base. Another ground ball that gets through. Runner's on first and second now with 2 outs.
Yeah, Brown hustling through. Had a good backup there on that, Tyler, and was going to get a chance to show off the arm had they tried to go first, third there. Union wisely think through that. A couple points of emphasis that they may be thinking about here. You've got Oki coming up, your pitcher. He's the 9 hitter in this. And so at minimum, going to be able to reset the lineup here rather than challenging to go first to third on that, Ty. And this runner on second's already in scoring position. So Union's going to try to clear the lineup here and give Oki a chance to knock him in with 2 outs.
It'll be the pitcher, Oki. Ball's in the dirt. Good advancement there from the base runner, so they get to second and third regardless. 1-1 now the count. Empty base on first base. Leadoff guy on deck for the Cougars. The 1-1. Swung on and fouled off, moving the count to 1-2. Already up to 34 pitches in the inning for Blake Sweat. Long weekend. 4 games will be calling this weekend for Wasatch. They play Skyview later on this afternoon, and then they will play Logan and the host school Hurricane. This ball's going to get away from Dahl, and another run will come in, make it 5-0 for the Cougars. Runner will also advance to third base. A runner on third, a 2-1 count. 2-2 count.
That's a tough ball for a catcher to block there, Tyler. It hit far enough in front of the plate that the catcher has to actually kind of do an in-between. You just can't go right to your knees, otherwise that ball is going to jump up over your mask. Micah trying to go down and anticipate on his knees. It hit off his mask, but just it's hard to hit square on a hockey mask, and so it brushed off to the side, trickled off, and was able to bring another run in.
Deuce's pitch is fouled off down the right-hand side. Right-handed Oki gets back into the box. Still a 2-2 count with 2 away. The pitch. And swing and a miss. Got him. Second strikeout of the inning for Blake Sweat, but the damage is done. 5 runs on 2 hits, 3 errors in the inning for the Wasps, and Union takes the 5-0 lead at the end of the first.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment properties and can even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Welcome back to Hurricane High School. Colden Hafen on the mound, or in the box here for Wasatch, swing and a miss. Top of the second, brought to you by the Heber Valley Chamber, who exists to build and be a part of a community where residents, visitors, and businesses thrive. Our mission is to promote tourism and connect businesses and unite our community. 1-1 the count, swing and a miss, and then a ball one here to the senior Hafen. Last year had one hit early on in the season. Expect him to be on the mound at some point this weekend as well. Off-speed pitch is going to go off the left shoulder, and Wasatch will have their first base runner of the game on a hit by pitch.
Yeah, good to see Colden back in the lineup here this year, Tyler. He's a kid who's got a lot of ability, really live arm there on the mound. And some kids have a knack for getting hit by baseballs. And Colden might be that guy this year, right? A guy who can just find a way. There's been some. Who's the best Wasatch player as far as just getting hit by pitches that you can remember?
I'm going to think about that one. Swing and a miss here to Bridger Shaw, senior. .217 batting average last year. A couple of extra base hits, and 11 RBIs.
There's a
Trent
few.
Sweat.
Yeah, Trent's the first
Brock
one that came to
Clower
my
got
mind.
hit a
Brock
lot.
got hit a lot. Yeah, there's been a few over the years that just
TJ North back in the day seemed to get hit a lot.
One or two times every game, it felt like.
The 0-1 is swung on. It's a line drive to the outfield. Not going to be able to get it. It gets by the center fielder. Pick him up, put him down. Colden Hafen trying to advance from first to third. Will do it. Wasatch has their first base knock of the season from senior Bridger Shaw. And Wasatch trying to answer.
That's good baseball all the way around. Nice job from Bridger to keep the hands in on that tough pitch. But Hafen, that's a tough read there, coming from first to second, because the center fielder's coming in hard. If it drops and he picks it up clean, he's going to have a chance to throw you out at second. If he catches it and you get too far off, he's going to double you up at first. It's a hard read. Colden read that perfectly, and then the ball got beyond him, and he's able to go first and third. Really nice job there of base running.
Going to bring up senior Grant Mahoney, .375 last year, led the team in that category, 16 RBI, 6 doubles, had a great first start of the season in the first tournament. Okie will miss inside, ball one. Playing first base today for Wasatch. First and third, nobody out. Shaw on first, Hafen on third. Wasatch gave up 5 in the bottom of the first, trying to answer here in the top of the second. She goes back to the off-speed pitch, bounces off the plate, 2-0 the count.
Now, if you're the coaches of Wasatch, probably giving Bridger an earful over there at first base, right? First to third, ball in the dirt, and he was kind of retreating there as that ball was in the dirt. You want to look for him to be aggressive and take bases, see if you can get in the scoring position here. Grant has a tradition of starting off quickly over the course of the season. So this is some guys have to wear off the rust a little bit. Knock on wood, don't want to give him the broadcaster's jinx, but traditionally he's come down to these tournaments in St. George and has been able to get off to a good hot start. Wasatch could use him here. See if they can break that goose egg off the board and get a run on the board.
Quick trip to the mound from Union, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. 2-0 the count, nobody out. Wasatch trailing 5-0 here in the top half of the first. Okie working out of the stretch for the first time today. Went 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the first inning. 2-0, misses inside again. It's going to move the count to 3-0. It's a pretty good pitch. Catcher was set up on the outside, so it made it look a little bit worse when he had to come back inside to catch that. But a 3-0 count here.
Yeah, and that does matter, doesn't it? The way catchers make it appeal, that can draw umpires' eyes one way or the other.
3-0. Above the belt, that'll be ball 4. So Wasatch hit by pitch, single, walk, and they now have the bases loaded, and it brings up sophomore Braxton Fowler.
Ty Brax's freshman numbers at the plate are a little deceiving because at the beginning of the year, he kind of had a hard time getting going. End of the year, he was one of the hotter bats that Wasatch had. So coming in, I believe he was around 200 with his average last year, but he's a guy who developed and really grew at the end of the season.
Nice pitch coming off of the walk, 0-1. 5 RBIs last year for the sophomore. Should see him on the mound as well this weekend. Okie comes set, still working out of the stretch with runners on base. Swung on. It's going to be a lazy ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman fields it, flips it to second, gets the guy at second base, but a run will come in. First run of the season for Wasatch, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, and it's now a 5-1 lead for Union.
It's productive. You often preach in the dugout that you need a response inning, right? If you're Union, you put a crooked number on the board, 5-0 lead. You want to come down and get a shutdown inning. And obviously, if you're the opposing team, you got to respond. You got to punch back. And Wasatch, first 3 guys get on base, and you push across the run just like that. They've announced to Union they're here to fight. They're going to keep battling in this game.
Going to bring up Mike Adal, had 5 RBIs last season as well. Hovered around 200 during the season from the plate on 46 at-bats. He'll take strike 1. Bridger Shaw on third base, Fowler on first. Okie again working out of the stretch. Takes a long look at Fowler. Now a slide step. It's another off-speed pitch. Dahl's going to get a hold of this one to center field. Line drive's going to make the catch. Bridger's going to try to score on it. It was a shallow fly ball, but Shaw will come in anyway. Sacrifice fly for Micah Dahl. And Wasatch puts 2 runs on the board here in the top half of the second.
Yeah, good job from Coach McCoy, Ty. The read there, center fielder's right-handed, and he's coming in working to his right. So he's going to catch that ball, but he's going to have to plant and throw back across his body. It's a hard angle to throw on. It just wasn't clean coming straight on, and so that's a good time to challenge. It's hard to make that throw coming in, and you're down 5-1 early in the game. Take a chance, make the play. Good read there from Coach McCoy, and good execution for Bridger.
He's going to bring up Kyron Stocking for Wasatch. He'll take one off the butt, and Wasatch will have another base runner, first and second with 2 outs.
So there's a couple guys I was going to bring up. Kelson Stocking seemed to be able to get hit by a lot of pitches. Kyron, same kind of thing. I feel like Crew Baxter last year also got hit by his fair share of pitches.
A couple of years ago. We're old, Ty. Crew's been graduated. Oh, Crew Baxter. I thought you said Crew Erickson.
Yeah.
I'm getting old because I didn't hear what you said. Crew Baxter. You're right.
For our listeners who haven't heard, Tyler's on a long travel trip here. We're just trying to make sure he's waking up here by the 5th or 6th inning in this one.
Crew still has another year after this one.
So I expect him to get a few more hit by pitches before his career's over. You'd stump me for a minute, Ty. I didn't know how to respond.
We were talking to Armin Bucad before the game, Wasatch legends, Armin and Raina Bucad, and their son's on a mission, but they've moved down here to St. George. And Crew on the air last year challenged, bragged. What's the word you could say that Crew kind of handles him on the golf course? And so we were asking him. So I had Crew Erickson on my mind. 2-0 the count here to Eddie Bluth, the leadoff guy. Struck out in his first at bat. Now has a 2-0 count with runners on first and second. Goes back to that off speed, lands it.
So Eddie's seen a lot of those at this point. Now he should be ready for that tie. Remember, 3-1 went off speed, 3-2 went off speed last time to put him out. Now a 2-1 off speed. Lots of curveballs here to Eddie.
2-1 the count. Okie sets. It's a good lead from both base runners. That one misses high. 3-1 the count.
So, Ty, if you're the coach, what are you telling the hitter here? Eddie's seen a lot of curveballs, but you have to expect the fastball and adjust to the curve, right? That's because if the fastball, you're looking curve, and they come fastball, it can sneak up and jump on you.
3-1. Misses high. Another walk, and Wasatch has the bases loaded once again, and that'll bring up Blake Sweat trying to help himself out on the mound with runners on first, second, and third.
Yeah, and Blake here, if you haven't had a chance to watch Wasatch baseball, this is an athlete here for Wasatch. Blake, physical player, stands about, 6'2"? I think is about where he's standing, Ty, close to 200 pounds, 190 to 200. And he could give Wasatch the lead with one swing of the bat. Okie doesn't have an overpowering fastball. Blake can hit a hanging curveball a long ways. See if he can get something he can handle here.
Grounded out of the shortstop in his first at bat. Wasatch, after giving up 5 in the bottom of the first, scores 2, but has bases loaded with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Went back to that off speed, missed outside. Blake was looking fastball, I think, after a walk.
Yeah,
good approach.
It certainly looked that way, right? It looked like he was looking fastball, got fooled on the curveball.
No balls, 1 strike. Okie comes set, again working out of the stretch. That one misses high, ball 1, 1-1 now the count.
I love the little chess match here. That's a good pitch to go back to, right? You just didn't execute it, but fooled him on the curveball. See if you can go back to that curveball. Blake was looking for a big swing, trying to get him to be undisciplined at the plate. But Okie couldn't execute.
Doesn't like what he sees, steps off the back of the mound, and we'll get back into the box. 1-1, runners on first, second, and third here for Wasatch. Okie gets the sign, delivers. Nice off speed again. Goes back to back to back off speed pitches. That one lands for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to work out of the inning here. Wasatch again able to answer with a couple of runs. The 1-2 goes back to the fastball. Got him.
Oh, that's a delayed strike call there. Umpire looked like he wasn't quite sure where he wanted to go with that, Ty, and the excitement from the Union dugout seemed like it swayed him.
Yeah, Coach McCoy not happy with the call. Wasatch is retired. 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and Wasatch gets back into the game. 5-2 the score after the top of the second.
Hey, it's Nicole from Mountain Refined. I wanted to take a moment and invite you to visit our showroom. We are locally owned and operated with the largest selection in Wasatch County. In our showroom, you will find everything from bedding, home decor, gifts, jewelry, beautiful furnishings, and even flooring. We even have a large selection of protein powder. It won't take you long to find out what everyone's talking about. We can't wait to meet you. See you soon. We're located at 480 North Main Street in Heber City.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
This is live coverage of
Welcome back to Hurricane High School. Didn't pull my mic down. Again, it could be a long day. Didn't pull my mic down. 0-1 the count after a foul ball. We're back to the leadoff guy. Bottom of the second, brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Stop on in for sales and services. Visit them at their store in Midway or visit them at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Another foul ball moves the count to 0-2. Leadoff guy here for Union. Union batted around the top half of the first inning, brings up Franson.
Like the response, though, from Wasatch in the top half of that second inning, Ty. Able to work Oki deep into his pitch count here for 2 innings. Tyler going through several batters, finding their way on through hits and walks. It was an effective inning for Wasatch.
Reached on an error, doesn't get a chance this time as Blake Sweat throws a fastball by him. 3rd strikeout of the game for Blake Sweat, and Wasatch has 1 away here in the bottom of the second.
Ty, you mentioned how this is Coach McCoy's first season at Wasatch. Haven't had a chance to really get into that higher and for Wasatch, but he's coming from Mountain View, where he just did a phenomenal job there with the Bruins.
It's going to bring up Labrum, who doubled to the right center field gap. He's going to single off of the bag at third base. Good piece of hitting and a good hitter there in the number 2 spot for Union High School. Goes right center from the left-hand side and then down the third base side, and Union has another base runner.
But, tie back to that point with Coach McCoy at Mountain View. We had the experience to coach against Mountain View when they were at their rock bottom. And
before Coach McCoy was there.
Yeah, before Coach McCoy. It was in a rough spot. And then they hired Coach McCoy, and he really did a great job there with that program.
Won a series last year in the state tournament. And to paint the picture, when we played them, we actually didn't take our at-bats in one of the half innings just because we were beating them so badly that we just decided to get 6 straight outs.
They wanted to be done. They just said, let's just shut it down. And we said, well, we want to work on our defense at least here. And so, we just played 2 straight innings on defense and then went home. I think it was 25-0, 30-0 at that point.
It wasn't good. 1-1 the count here to the number 3 hitter, Marks. Walked in his first at bat. Nice pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. 1-2 the count.
And I guess just to complete the thought, Ty, is, Coach Jacobson did a fantastic job, I feel like, with this program for several years. And he decided it was time to move on. And Wasatch, I don't know if you could have done any better than what they got to hire after Coach Jacobson and Coach McCoy.
Freezes him on an up-speed curveball for strike 3. Another strikeout for Blake Sweat. Make that number 4. And Wasatch has 2 away with the runner on first here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, maybe, you know what? I know there was a lot of chatter between the inning about that strike call on Blake that punched him out. And, Ty, I do think it was a questionable call there. but maybe it's just what Blake needed. Kind of get him fired up, a little upset on the mound because he's looked good here to start the top or the bottom of this second inning.
It's going to bring up the number 4 hitter, Roberts, who singled through the 5-6 hole in his first at bat. Swing and a miss, strike one. Good lead at first base, hopping back and forth. Runner stays, swung on, fouled off. 0-2 the count.
Yeah, he's getting after it in this inning, and he's working with really good pace. I think that's a good indicator for Blake, too. Normally, we've seen in years past when you get base runners on, it's kind of thrown him off of his pace a little bit. Not in this inning. He's been very effective at working efficiently.
0-2, runner goes. Another good piece of hitting. This is going to hit the right center field gap once again. Runner was on the move. See if they can score him from first. No, coach is going to keep him up at third base. So first to third on the single to right field, and Union has runners on the corners.
Ty, you remember our keys to the game. We talked about these young guys catching up to the speed. Well, there's a good example. Eddie Bluth over there cutting that ball off the way he did. That's a big moment because that runner has a chance to score if he doesn't come across on that angle. Now you give your pitcher who's hot right now a chance to get out of the inning still without giving up any runs. It's a little detail that, again, doesn't show up in the box score, but a nice angle from Bluth to shut that down and get the ball in quick to hold that runner at third base.
It's going to bring up the catcher, Rich, who struck out looking in his first at bat in the first inning. A couple of looks, misses low for ball one. Wasatch trails 5-2 on our Heber Appliance scoreboard. The 1-0. That one's in there for strike one. 1-1 the count on a big swing and a miss from the catcher. Ty, we've been at a couple of tournaments here at Hurricane. I'm going to let you think about some of your favorite moments on this field for Wasatch High School baseball over the years. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Goes upstairs. Can't catch up to it. 1-2 now the count.
Yeah, I got a few that jump right to mind here, Tyler, that we can talk about when we have a moment. But
one of mine is a sophomore right field play that I think we can talk about here in a second.
That carried it into extra innings. Is that the one you're talking about?
1-2 the count. The pitch gets him looking. Strike three. Second strikeout of the game for Rich. Fifth strikeout of the game for Blake Swed. 5 of the 6 come on the arm of Blake Swed. Wasatch retires no runs on 2 hits, no errors, as we go into the top half of the third inning, down 5-2.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden, as you wander into our indoor plant shop seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the third brought to you by Big O Tires. Get ready to rev up your savings with Big O Tires. Whether you're looking for the best tire deals or unbeatable service specials, you'll find everything you need to keep your vehicle in top shape while keeping more money in your wallet. Leading it off here for the Wasps will be Brown, followed by Hafen and Shaw. Any good moments, Ty, that come to mind?
I got several. I'm just going to rapid fire a few here at you, Tyler. Tragan Shaw, his sophomore year in right field. Ty, I can't remember. I think it was Hurricane we were playing. And we were up by a significant amount.
You're right.
And Hurricane found a way to come back in. It would have been a very bad loss for us as a team. And Tragan got a ground ball hit to him in right field as a sophomore, and he came upfield it, threw the guy out at home that preserved the tie and took us into extra innings. That's one that came to my mind immediately. I remember Caden Baxter hitting a bomb over left field here his senior year as we played down here in the Hurricane tournament. That was, I think, when Coach Green was coaching. Good pace here, Ty. We're already at 2-2.
2-1. 2-1 the count here to Austin Brown. Again, the freshman, lefty, starting in center field for Wasatch. The 2-1. Goes back to that off speed, lands it again. 2-2 now the count.
Watching Zach Webster dice people up on the mound here. That's a fond memory here.
Swing and a miss. Goes with 3 straight curveballs. Brown can't get a hold of the last one. Strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts for Brown to start off his high school campaign.
Maybe my most unique memory, though, was the COVID year. We were down in this tournament as COVID hit. That we left that Thursday. Everything kind of got shut down. They still let us play, but
it was rainy.
Yeah, that they had to bring shop vacs out on the field to get it off. We said we're playing this game no
matter what,
because it was going to be the end. We knew that. And the last at-bats of Noah Turley and Parker Quinton, both of them called their shots. They walked up to me and said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this ball in this spot. And the other one's like, well, I'm going to hit it here. Parker called the right center triple. He just hit one to that monster gap over there. And then Noah said, well, I'm just going to hit it out. And he hit a towering home run to left field. And that was kind of a fun sequence because they just went back-to-back. Both those guys were hitting over 600 at the end of that season when it came to a conclusion. So that was a pretty fond memory.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 to Hafen. So back-to-back strikeouts for Wasatch to get going here in the top half of the third inning. And with 2 outs, Bridger Shaw will come up to the plate. Bridger was singled to center field in his first at-bat. Bridger, the little brother of Tragan Shaw. Tragan actually on staff. Coach McCoy hired Tragan, I think, just a couple weeks ago, after the President's Day tournament. Tragan was down helping out, and not a surprise to us at all that he's got coach in his blood.
Yeah, had to have him, from what I understood. Coached in that tournament and said, I need you on my staff right now, and he's going to be really helpful for this Wasatch team. Going to have to leave him a little early. Tragan's on a mission to the Philippines here early May.
Join Carter Bucott.
Yeah, over there. Play a little catch.
Different missions, but 2-1 the count. Scoreboard thought it was a ball. Move that to 3-0. 2-1 the count here to the senior. Pitch goes back inside, misses. 3-1 now the count.
It's been more of the trend to go to that curveball when he's in the obvious fastball count side. That's another 2-1 curveball. We've just seen that over and over in the early parts of this game.
3-1, swing and a miss. A big swing there from Bridger. Just underneath it, pulled the head a little bit. Fills up the count at 3-2 with 2 away.
Ty, what come to your memory?
Those are the ones. Those are the ones that came.
A few of those ones there.
Payoff pitch misses, and Tragan reaches base for the second time today. Puts a little pressure on Union with 2 outs.
Just a few other fun moments. Just reminiscing here. I remember a game Wasatch had against Logan High School a few years back, and Cesar Munoz had been pitching, and he pitched well, Tyler. And we got to the 7th inning. I think it was 7-1. And we brought in Kobe McPhee for a little bit. And Kobe was struggling to find his way. Ended up getting a couple outs, but I think it turned out it was about 7-4 at that point. And then we made a move to Charlie Fassel. And Charlie Fassel came in and threw 1 pitch, and the game was over. So, I mean, that was kind of a fun little legacy. 1 pitch is all he needed. He shut it down. We went home and got out of there with a win.
0-1 the count here to Graham Mahoney. He walked in his first at-bat. That ball's in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Bridger will stay at first base. Again with 2 away. I had a humiliating moment here at Hurricane High School. We had a tradition where the players would build a little teepee with the bats, and then the player would go and slide through them to kind of wake up everybody. And so I thought I'd be fun and I'd do it one game. And I didn't make it to the bats on my slide. I've got
that on video that we'll need to pump out on social media. You can come up just shy, about a foot shy.
Just shy.
Trying to crawl your way to the bats.
1-2 the count. That one bounces off the plate. That time Bridger goes, and he'll be safe at second base. And the catcher Elmer's it in center field. Bridger slid, so he'll stay at second base. But a duck on the pond here. 2-2 the count with 2 away for Graham Mahoney.
Oh, that's good from Bridger, Ty. That's a ball that's blocked well. It's right in front of Rich. But Rich just fell asleep. He was down looking at that, and there's signals you can look for if you're base runners. Catchers that go to their knee to throw the ball back, that's like a telltale indicator that you can take an extra bag like that in that moment, whether it's a delayed steal or a ball in the dirt. And that's a good read from Bridger to get into scoring position here with 2 outs.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch, that one's in the dirt again. Bridger, a big lead about halfway to third base. Don't need to be too aggressive in that one. Base knock should score you regardless.
Should score you, yeah, but you're going to score easy if you got that aggressive of a lead coming off second base.
Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second. Wasatch trailing 5-2 here in the top of the third.
I think I mentioned his first time on first base after his first at bat. He didn't take one of those, and I do think he was given an earful.
Mahoney swings at one at about his eyes. It's going to be a hard ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman bobbles, knocks it down, throws it across the diamond in time, and Wasatch is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. It's 5-2 as we go into the bottom half of the third.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laughs. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at heberappliance.com.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Bottom of the third, brought to you by Mirror Lake Station. It's your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies, located at 2nd North Main in Camas on your way at Mirror Lake Station Highway. Winners of Best In-State Donuts. Blake Sweat still on the mound here for Wasatch. Due up for Union will be Nilson, Earl, and Dillon. Nelson in his first at-bat reached on an error. He falls down 0-1 after the foul ball in the first pitch. That one misses everything for ball 1, so 1-1 the count here in the bottom of the third. Wasatch will play again this afternoon. It's supposed to be a 2:30 start. Usually these tournaments run a little bit late, but that'll be against Skyview High School. And then tomorrow they will face another Cache Valley team, Logan, before wrapping up the tournament against the host school, Hurricane. Called strike 2, 1-2 the count. Goes to the off speed, misses outside for ball 2, 2-2 the count. After batting through the lineup in the first inning, Wasatch calms down. This one's a 1-2-2 that's going to be swung on down the right field line. Eddie Bluth going all the way over. Can't make the play in foul territory. New life here for Nilson.
That's a long run for Eddie, who is playing straight up, which, Ty, that's even with the bag. If you're in the outfield, standing over where third crosses over second base. So that's a long run coming down the line on a little flare ball. Eddie did a good job to get to it. Just couldn't quite pull it in.
Nelson playing shortstop today for the Union Cougars. Will reset with a 2-2 count. Goes back to the off speed, just misses low and outside for ball 3. 3-2 now the count. I think Micah thought he had that one, Ty.
We're set off to the side here, Ty, so I'm not exactly sure where that's at. It must have been out because I wouldn't say that pitch is down. That's a good curveball. I'd be begging for that if I was the catcher.
Payoff pitch is fouled off. Keeps the count at 3-2.
Yeah, I'll just say it this way, and I'm a pitching snob, Ty. I like good pitching, but you'd much rather reward that pitch than the one Blake got rung up on earlier in the game.
Goes back inside, rings him up. That's now 6 Ks for the senior on the mound. Nice pitch sequence there. Was kind of hovering around the outside part of the plate. Goes back inside with the fastball for the first out of the inning.
Where's he at on his pitch count so far, Ty?
Up to 61.
Yeah, and so that's the long first inning coming back to bite you a little bit here. And early on in the tournament, I can't imagine they'll go too far beyond 80 to 90. But we'll see. We'll see how the game develops here. So efficient innings here from Blake are needed to get deep into this game.
Foul ball to lead off the at-bat for Earl, the right fielder. He had a sacrifice fly for an RBI in the first inning to the right field side. Takes ball 1. One, misses outside. Ball 2, 2-1 now the count. Just joining us, Wasatch Playing down at Hurricane High School to kick off the 2025 baseball season against Union High, the 3A state champs from last year. Turn a lot of the same team and are one of the favorites. Wasatch under new management, Coach Bo McCoy in his first season. Swing and a miss for strike two. Full count now to Earl. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Continuing to pitch well. That's now 7 strikeouts out of the 8 outs.
Oh, he's humming right now, Ty. He's got it going on right now. He just needed to get a little upset when he got called out on that strikeout. He's throwing with a little extra steam, a little extra velocity, and he's pinpointing his location. He's been inside and outside. Curveballs look good.
It's going to bring up the second baseman, strike one on a pitch at the knees. He reached on an error in his first at bat.
It's a fantastic first pitch there, Tyler. Fastball, you're down in the zone. It's not enticing to the hitter, down in the zone that far. It's just a really good first pitch.
0-1, foul ball on second pitch, so 0-2 now the count here to Blake.
Union's behind, right? They've been tardy on a lot of these fastballs here. I know that's been an emphasis, point of emphasis with Coach McCoy here with Blake, is just keep challenging him with the fastball.
0-2, goes to the off speed. It's going to be a lazy ground ball back to Blake. Blake fields it, throws it to first. And Wasatch retires the side. 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors. Duo for the Wasp will be Fowler, Dahl, Stocking in the top of the fourth.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
Hungry for mouth-watering, all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Welcome back. Top of the fourth brought to you by Heber Appliance. When it's fourth down and your appliance goes out, turn your letdown into a touchdown at Heber Appliance. Increase your at-home satisfaction with Heber Appliance Furniture and Mattress. We are your hometown team, also our sponsor of our scoreboard. Wasatch currently trailing 5-2, gave up 5 in the first, and then a couple of goose eggs. Wasatch went goose egg in the first, 2 in the second, and then didn't score in the third. 7-8-9 up now for Wasatch to start the top half of the fourth inning. Fowler, Dahl, and Stocking. Fowler lays off the high pitch for ball one.
Union went through the lineup in that first inning, Tyler, but they've struggled to really put many base runners on beyond the first inning. Wasatch went 1-2-3 in the first, but then they've threatened in the next couple innings. So the momentum of this game, even though Wasatch is down 5-2, the momentum certainly seems to be in Wasatch's favor.
Fowler does have an RBI. He had a ground out to the second baseman on a fielder's choice, but brought in the first run of the game for Wasatch. Foul ball, 1-2 now the count. The pitch, swing and a miss, went back to the off speed. Fowler swings over it, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Brings up the catcher, Micah Dahl. Sacrifice line drive to center field that scored Bridgershaw to bring in the second run of the game for Wasatch. Good swing and a good barrel for Dahl in his first at bat. Misses high for ball one. (1-0) too high, and now spikes one. 2-0 now the count.
Yeah, he looks starting to struggle with his location with his fastball, Tyler. Often when pitchers do that, they'll start dipping down into that off-speed pitch a little bit more. Wonder if you're going to start seeing a few more curveballs at this point in the ball game.
2-0, misses inside, making the count 3-0.
Pretty common pretty common theme that you'll see in high school baseball, Tyler, is a lot of pitchers will come out and overthrow in the first couple innings and lose a lot of steam in their arm. And then when you get to the 4th, 5th, 6th innings, you see a heavy dose of off-speed pitches when you get down into those innings.
Close pitch there. Little pause. Didn't know if that was going to be ball or strike. It's a ball, and so Micah Dahl will reach with the walk. Have a courtesy runner for him as the catcher. It's going to be, oh, my picture. You see who's out there, Ty? 22?
Sorry, Ty.
I have the roster on my computer, Ty. Mike, I can just look at there. Tyson Dahl, little brother of Micah. Stocking's going to ground ball to the shortstop and gets the runner on second, but not the runner at first base. So 2 outs on the fielder's choice ground out. Wasatch still with the runner on first, and we'll move up to the top of the lineup.
Good hustle down the line from Stocking there, Ty, avoiding the double play. Get back to the top half of the lineup. 3rd time through now. That's where you hope to start doing some damage if you're Wasatch. You've seen a couple times at the plate for each of these guys. You know what's coming at you from Okie. Should be able to start putting some barrels on the ball here.
Off-speed pitch called strike, a little bit above the belt here to Eddie Bluth. Eddie's 3rd at bat, struck out swinging and walked in his 2nd at bat. Runner's going to go, swung on, it's going to be hit and run to the second baseman. Second baseman gets over, fields it cleanly, throws it to first, and Wasatch is retired. No runs on no hits. 1 runner is left on base. It's still 5-2 as we go into the bottom half of the 4th.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Check in with kids. Find out where your kids will be, who they'll be with, and what they will be doing. Brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
Hi, this is Corbin Gordon from Gordon Law Group. I commonly get approached by people with the same question. Hey, do you guys do a particular type of law? The answer is almost always, yeah, we do that. We are the Valley's only full-service law firm that has been in business for over 20 years. We have 5 experienced attorneys who do estate work, litigation, business formation, real estate, water law, divorce, criminal defense, and many others. Gordon Law Group. Yeah, we do that.
Hey, Heber Valley, whether you're cheering on our high school team or enjoying a day in our beautiful valley, our community is stronger when we love local. Our local businesses are the heartbeat of Heber Valley, from your favorite cafe to the shop on the corner. When you shop local, you're supporting your neighbors and investing in the future of our community. So next time you're out and about, show some love. Shop, dine, and explore right here in Heber Valley. Brought to you by the Heber Valley Chamber of Commerce. Remember, love local. It makes all the difference. Visit gohebervalley.com/shop.
Wasatch High School Sports is on radio.
Bottom of the 4th brought to you by Bonnie Joseph Academy, dedicated to providing the highest quality education to students and making sure they are fully prepared for a successful career in the beauty industry. Blake Sweat still on the mound. He'll be taking on number 9 hitter Okie, the pitcher. To lead off the inning, Okie struck out swinging in his first at bat. Swing, or it's a ball, now a slow ground ball. Shaw comes over from third base, fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond for the first out of the inning.
Good play from Bridger, Ty. That's a slow roller that's going towards the shortstop. But if that ball gets to the short, there's no chance Braxton's going to be able to throw that runner out. So the third baseman has to come across to cut that ball off, and Bridger made that look easy.
Going to get us to the top of the order for Ensign's 3rd at bat. Reached on an error and struck out swinging in his 2 at bats today. Blake starting to let the off speed. Never mind, that's going to be a ball. That's gonna be my first one I disagree with here in the game, Ty. I thought that was a pretty good pitch to lead off the inning. 1-0 the count. Now he throws it behind him, so 2-0 now the count.
Yeah, Ty, we often, as coaches, it's easy to get wrapped up in the umpire and the emotion of the umpires. But as a player and as a coach, really, you can't control the umpire, right? You can only control what you can control. And so you don't want to leave it in the hands of the umpire. So whether it's a close called third strike or you're missing calls there like you're seeing here, Ty, you just You just can't leave it up to the umpire. You have to go after it yourself, especially when you're at the plate. And just do the best you can to take the umpire out of the game. Obviously, as a pitcher, you're really dependent on the umpire here to make the right calls. But when you're in the box, you can go after it.
3-1 is fouled off, so fills up the count at 3-2. Blake now at 77 pitches on the day.
Yeah, Ty, if he can get out of this one under 85, I think you're probably going to be able to get one more inning out of it.
Nice pitch, freezes him on the off speed. Another strikeout for Blake Sweat to lead off the inning. I think that's strikeout number 8. Dugout's a little bit behind. Ty counted to 7, and that's strikeout number 8 for old Blake Sweat.
Yeah, come on, your teammates got to have your back. Can't rob him of that extra K over here.
It's going to bring up Labrum, 2 for 2 today with a double to the right center field gap and a single down the first or third base side. He's going to swing at the first pitch. This one's going to be a foul ball out of play for strike 1.
Seen enough from Labrum here to know he can hit it everywhere. Yeah. Right? I mean, that first at bat, while the pitch was up, it's a tough one to get the hands through, and he did. He did it well, hitting that right center gap, and then going right down the third base line on the next at bat. He's kind of spraying the whole field so far.
Nice spot there from Blake. Goes back inside. Called strike 2, so no balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the bottom half of the 4th. Wasatch still trails 5-2. Misses upstairs for ball 1, 1-2 the count.
You see what Blake's trying to do here, though. In, out, up, down, change speeds, right? You just want to constantly make it confusing on the eyes of the hitter, and he's doing that well. In, out, that was a change of speed there.
1-2, goes off speed inside. Misses again, so that's going to move the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Again, Wasatch gave up 5 in the bottom half of the first, answered with 2 runs in the second, and that's where the score stands at 5-2. Nobody on, 2 outs, 2-2 the count here to Labrum. Designated hitter today for Union. Misses low, fills up the count at 3-2. Playing with a brace on his left knee, Ty. Maybe why he's not in the fielding lineup. Really nice player here for Union. Coming off an injury. The payoff pitch. Does he get him? Yes, he does. Strikes him out on the outside corner for strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Blake Sweat, and Wasatch retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And Wasatch still trails 5-2 as we go into the top half of the 5th.
A home equity line of credit from UCCU makes it easy to access the equity in your home. And right now, UCCU is offering home equity lines of credit with no fees or closing costs. With increased home values, there is more equity to use for whatever you need. A wedding, a remodel, or whatever comes up. It's your equity, so it's entirely up to you. Start your application or learn more at uccu.com. Low rates, no fees, faster than ever. UCCU, love where you bank.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care.
Top of the 5th brought to you by Heber Valley Chamber. Exists to build and be a part of a community where residents, visitors, and businesses thrive. Our mission is to promote tourism, connect businesses, and unite our community. 5-2 the score. It's going to be Sweat, Brown, Hafen for Wasatch here in the top half of the 5th. It's going to be ball 1, so it's going to swing at the second one. It's a slow ground ball to third base. Nice play by the third baseman of Union, and Wasatch has one away.
Ty, it took Labrum a little bit of time to get off the field after that last strikeout, didn't it?
I think
was not happy with that call.
Well, but Ty, I was watching the interchange, and he did kind of look at the umpire. I think the umpire instigated it, though. I was kind of watching because I was interested as well, and I think it was a cordial conversation that the umpire actually instigated. But that's a call you don't – I mean, my hit Labrum, he's a good hitter, and usually you don't get that call as a pitcher against a good hitter like Labrum. And you mentioned that Blake got run up on a similar pitch earlier. Maybe a little justice there. Foul ball, 1-1 the count here to Brown.
And, Ty, you just, as an umpire, you hope that's not happening with your umpires of make-up calls later on, because I don't think you can play that game of, well, I got that wrong, now I got to make it up back over
can't
here.
Do that.
Gets messy, just got to call it straight up. But I do think that one was certainly in the questionable strike call. But wouldn't you love to have that one back to Blake that he called because the bases were juiced, and you got runs waiting to come across the board for Wasatch there.
2-1 the count here to Brown. Another called strike. Brown thought that was up, but it's going to be a 2-2 count with 1 out. The 2-2. Swings at 1 in the dirt. It's going to get away from the catcher. Catcher smothers it, throws it down to first base in time, and there's 2 away. So 2 outs. We're going to bring up Hafen, who was hit by pitch in his first at bat and struck out swinging in his second. Hafen DHing today for sophomore Jack Salmon, who's playing second base. That one low for ball 1. After a struggle in the first couple of innings by both pitchers have really settled down and thrown nice games for both Union and Wasatch. Another off speed, misses high for ball 2, 2-0 the count. I'm going to ask you to rate. These southern schools are known for their nice baseball fields. I'm gonna ask you to rate them. Think about that a little bit. From Hurricane and the St. George schools, what are your favorite diamonds to play on down here?
It's going to be a little incomplete because I've not seen Crimson Cliffs yet.
That's true. We haven't seen Crimson
Cliffs.
I'm
not sure what they've got going on over there. I would have to imagine it's pretty good. It's the most recent one that's been built. They're not afraid to spend some money on their baseball fields down here. I'd imagine that's got to be up there on the list, Ty.
2-2 the count here to Hafen. 2 away. Okie into the windup, the pitch. That one spikes it for ball 3.
I think it depends on what you're looking for, too. This one at Hurricane's not bad, but I don't like the dynamics of this field. 390 to center, it feels like it's 500 to center.
Well, it goes from 314 down the lines to 390, so it's a really steep
gaps. And in right field, you've got a house behind, so you've got a green monster you've got to get up and over. There's a walk there to Hafen, keep the inning going. So Ty, I like a high school game that can bring the long ball into it, but it's not just a gimme long ball. So I really like the way Desert Hills is built personally.
I think Snow Canyons is similar.
Snow Canyon's not bad. They've got that big center field batter's eye that is a little less appealing to me.
Strike 1 here to Bridger Shaw, who's reached both times, singled in his first at bat, walked in his second.
Dixie's really good. I like Dixie a lot. So maybe by next inning I'll have an order here for you, Ty. But I'd probably put Desert Hills up at number 1.
Swung on and goes off of Bridger's shin. 0-2 the count. Reached base both times.
Does the backdrop matter to you? Because Hurricane's probably got the best backdrop of the schools down here in St. George.
I throw Desert Hills. They're kind of up on that hill a little bit. Kind of can see out into St. George a little bit.
That's true. That's if you're looking right. But beyond the fields, left field, you're just seeing houses over there. This one's got kind of the cool southern mountains in the background over here. Looks pretty good. Not much to see beyond Dixie's fence. You're just looking at a school beyond there.
Snow Canyon, kind of similar.
Canyon got a parking lot you're looking at.
0-2 the count. Long pause here from Okie. Now delivers on the slide step. Goes with the off speed. Got him. It's going to be strike 3, and Wasatch is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner is left on base. We'll keep it here for the 5th inning stretch, brought to you by Guild Mortgage. As Guild Mortgage loan officer, Tom Stone is committed to helping his clients understand their options for real estate financing and assisting them to make solid home loan decisions that meet their needs. That's Tom Stone at Guild Mortgage. Tyler, throw it over to you for our Gordon Law Group game summary.
Yeah, Ty, kind of an interesting start in this game here. Wasatch, the visiting team, went 1-2-3 in the first inning, and then Union put 5 on the board against them in the bottom half of the first. Some of those came by a good piece of hitting for Union. They had a couple knocks in the inning, but several came from errors. 3 errors in the inning for Wasatch, and Union was able to push across several runs by hits, by errors, sack fly, got a run across the board as well for Union, and they took a 5-0 lead. The Wasatch came right back at you. You had a good response inning. Bridger Shaw was able to get things going. A single. Hafen got hit by pitch. Shaw got a single to get things going in that inning. Eventually, Hafen was able to score on a ground out from Fowler. That made it 5-1. And then Wasatch was able to get a second run across the board with a sac fly that was able to score Bridger Shaw in that inning, making it 5-2. Wasatch did threaten, had the bases juiced in that inning with Blake Sweat coming up, but Union was able to work their way out of the inning by getting Sweat on a questionable strikeout call there in that tie. And from that point forward, as you mentioned, it's been a pitching duel. Sweat up to 9 strikeouts in the game, but it looks like his day is done after 4 innings, as Wasatch is going to make a pitching change. Oki for the Cougars through 3 straight scoreless innings himself, and it currently stands at 5-2 as we head into the 5th inning stretch.
Again, this 5th inning stretch brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Have had just great experiences with Tom. I've had a couple of mortgages I've had through Tom Stone, also refinance, and they were the easiest things I've done. And if anybody knows me, I'm high anxiety, especially when it comes to finances. And the fact I walked in and just got that done so quick, testament to Tom Stone and the great service that he has over at Guild Mortgage. Let's move into the bottom half of the 5th, and we have our first pitching change. Pitching change brought to you by Gravity Coalition. On the mound now for Wasatch is going to be Nick Reininger. Saw him a little bit last year, tied down in St. George. He's going to start with a strike. Pitches it from the left-hand side. Blake Sweat is going to move out to left field, and that'll bring Kyron Stocking.
Yeah, not a ton of left-handed arms that you can see on this Wasatch team. Reininger is one of them. Brown, another one that you may see from time to time. Union was able to do a lot of damage in the previous game against Logan when they got to the bullpen. And it seems like a team that was able to feast on the bullpen. I think the Wasatch defense needs to be on their toes, expecting balls in play, expected at you to get their pitchers back.
1-1. This one's going to be elevated to left field. Blake Sweat, who's out playing in left field, settles underneath it, makes the play. 1 away here in the bottom half of 5th.
Easy game.
Easy game.
Throw and catch, throw and catch. Just nice, throw strikes, let your defense go run underneath it.
Bottom of the 5th brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm who invests in their clients the best knowledge and experience needed for all areas of the law. Going to move now to cleanup guy Roberts, playing third base. Nice pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Roberts today in his first 2 at-bats, singled on a hard ground ball through the 5-6 hole, and then singled to the right center field gap in his second at-bat. I think both of us feel if Reininger can throw strikes on the mound, it's a weapon for Wasatch. Especially, I like this kind of changing it with Blake Sweat, where you got high speed and then come with a lefty that's just a thumber, can really get some good outs here in the end of the ball games with this combo.
Yeah, you're going from mid to high 80s here, Ty, where you're going to be probably in your low 70s is what you're looking at here. If that your off speed, you could probably put down in the 60s. Here with your lefty, and you're changing the angle that it's coming across. It is a nice little change. Usually takes an inning or 2 for teams to catch up when you change the perspective like this on the mound.
2-1, inside corner. No, misses on the inside corner. Keeps the count at 3-1. Moves the count to 3-1. You ready to say what field's your favorite down here, Ty?
Yeah, Ty. I think I'd go Desert Hills, Snow Canyon, Dixie, Pineview,
Hurricane. Don't know on Crimson Cliffs.
Crimson Cliffs probably is going to be up there, and then Cedar way down, right? Like Cedar and Canyon View, those fields.
Are they considered the South? I guess they're considered the South.
Consider them the South, yeah, but those ones aren't even in the same neighborhood as these other fields that you're seeing in St. George. Hurricane kind of gets forgotten, doesn't it? But this is a nice field.
It's a nice field. I think the dugouts are a little tight. I like a little bit deeper backstop. You feel like you're in danger a little bit in these dugouts.
As far as the grass and dirt, though, I mean, this is like you're playing baseball out on the fairway.
Yeah, you're right.
It's really nice grass down here that they have at Hurricane.
Roberts walked, and so now it's going to bring up now Rich, who's going to take ball 1, and that one's going to get away from Dahl. Runner will advance on the wild pitch.
I'm going to expand that conversation back to you for a minute, Ty. Best in the state?
Kearns.
You'd put Kearns there.
I like
number
Kearns.
1. It's almost cheating to call Kearns. I mean, that one, you've got a booster who donates a
Do you have a field? So if you take out Kearns, is there a field up north that you like more than these fields down here?
Up north, it's hard to find any field that's worth anything up north just because of the weather and the snow. Another pass ball, Ty.
Another wild pitch is going to get by to the backstop. So just like that, one walk moves the runner all the way to third base, and a 2-0 count here to Rich, who has struck out twice in the game today. Catcher today for Union. Wasatch going to bring the infield in, so all infielders up on the grass, trying to keep this at a 5-2 game here in the bottom of the fifth. That one above the belt, almost got him to swing. Checks it up, 3-0 the count.
You know, that's an interesting conversation to have. At what point going north on I-15 do the baseball fields just stop being good? Where does it end? Does it end at Woods Cross there on I-15? Anything beyond that is just hit or miss?
Another walk. So back-to-back walks here from Union. Mike Adall wants a trip to the mound along with Coach McCoy. Trip to the mound's brought to you by Mirror Lake Station.
Tell you the truth, a few of the schools that we've seen up there, Ty, and we've seen a lot of them. Wasatch has played at Boxell there, and Skyview, and Logan, and Mountain Crest, and Logan's got a little bit of an underrated field over there.
I think Mountain Crest has one too. They kind of have those trees now that have grown up. It's kind of a nice, you can sit on the berm and watch the game. I like Mountain Crest's field. It's just the field dynamic's different. Like these fields down here, they just take care of them. You talked about the fairway grass. I'm a fan. And when we played, it was basically a fairway mower, I think, that they mowed the grass on. I just like that small, thin grass. I don't like thick grass, and a lot of times up north you just get the thick grass. Region 7, I think that's nice fields, but there's just thick grass. It's really hard to get a ground ball through the infield on any of those
You talk about the difference, and it is funny because the geography changes it, doesn't it? St. George, it's a whole different vibe on these fields with the fairway grass. If you get to like a Region 7 with Maple Mountain and Salem, that grass grows in. But it's slow, and it's long, and it's kind of miserable to play in, Tyler. It's not a fun one. It's hard to field it clean if you're an outfielder coming out there in the outfield. And then you get up north, and if you're doing the golf course comparison, it's not even like playing in the rough because the snow just beats it down so bad. It's kind of like you've hit in the cut beyond the rough. You're out there in who knows what, the wild land out there. And that's how it feels when you get into those fields. Wasatch, interestingly enough, their field is kind of both worlds. The turf is about as good as it gets on the infield, and then the outfield, because you don't get water until May.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the treacherous desert over there where grass is just dormant trying to grow in, and your poor outfielders have to body everything up there.
Speaking of that, UNA's got to be up there. Is probably one of the best in the state, right? All turf out there at UNA. And they've kind of got a short porch fun field, Ty, where you can hit it out a little bit. The only reason I know that, Ty, is I actually hit the fence once at that field.
I hope you kept that baseball. So not many times that happened. Hit the fence.
Runners on first and second. One out. Eddie Bluth's going to come into the game on the mound here for Wasatch. Kyron Stocking re-enters the game in right field. So Blake Sweat in left, Austin Brown in center, and Kyron Stocking in right. Eddie Bluth on the mound, working out of the stretch. Hits the outside corner for strike one.
Good start there for Eddie. You're hoping for a ground ball, Tyler. Something sharply hit at your second baseman or your shortstop. See if you can roll it up here. Got a batter coming out of the right-hand part of the box.
He reached on an error in his first at-bat, struck out looking in his second at-bat. Calls time. He'll step out of the box, an 0-1 count. Got to assume Union's going to be going to their bullpen. Although, as you mentioned, Ty, this is game number 4 for Union. They already have 3 games under their belt, a game against Emory, Northridge, and Logan. 3A basketball tournament a little bit earlier than the 4A, 5A, 6A, so a little bit more time. Nice piece of hitting there. This one's going to be roped to right field. It's going to land in front of Stocking. One run will come in on the single to right field from Nielsen, and Union will take the 6-0 lead, or 6-2 lead.
Ty, you brought that up in the pregame. That's what they're teaching. They're coaching down at Union and staying inside out of the baseball. And even though the velocity's down a little bit with Eddie compared to what Blake was, Union's not trying to go too big on their swings. They're not trying to be pull heavy. Just staying inside and serving that ball. A nice single to right field, pushing a run across. That's your favorite hit right there, isn't it? That 3-4 hole line drive shot over there to the right center area.
It's going to bring up Earl with runners on first and second, one out. Union leading 6-2. Earl, the right fielder, 0 for 1 today with a sacrifice RBI fly to right field in his first at-bat. Struck out in his second at-bat. Eddie goes to the off-speed. It's a strike, but it gets away from Dahl, and runners will advance to second and third. Wind starting to pick up, blowing out to right field. It's not a warm wind.
No, it's kind of cutting through, isn't it?
You said jacket weather. I've got 3 long sleeves on right now. This one swung on. It's elevated to left field. Blake backpedals, goes back. It's going to get over him. It's a 1-hopper to the fence. 1 run will come in. 2 runs will come in. And he's going to try to leg this one out for a triple. The relay to third base. It's in time. So Wasatch gets out. That'll be the second out of the inning. A 2 RBI double, however, for Earl moves the score to 8-2.
Yeah, Ty, that's a ball that just kind of chewed up Blake's feet out there in left field. It's hard when it's coming at you, especially you talked about the wind, a little bit of a darker sky right now, white clouds behind you, and it just looks like Blake didn't get a good clean read off the bat, and it kind of hypnotized him for a minute. He was straight on with square shoulders rather than having a good first drop step, and that one was able to get over his head.
It's going to bring up the number 8 hitter, Dylan, the second baseman. Couple of ground outs. Did reach on an error in his first at bat, then grounded out to the pitcher in his second. 1-0 the count. Bluth working out of the windup for the first time. Gets the outside corner. 4 strike 1. 1-1 the count. What do you see out of Eddie out here on the mound, Ty, in his first look at him?
What you like is he's throwing strikes, Tyler. He's coming in throwing strikes. Yeah, a couple balls in play, a couple hits. But you want a guy that's going to throw strikes and that's going to allow your defense to have a chance to go after it. And so that's a good sign right now for Eddie. He's got decent velocity here, Ty. And sometimes you tip your cap to the other team. The Union's put a couple of good barrels on it.
2-1 goes back to the off speed, misses low and away. 3-1 now the count. Do have a new hitter that's warming up besides Oki, so that's probably it for Yoki. The 3-1, swung on and missed, moves the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Wasatch trailing 8-2. The payoff pitch misses. That'll be ball 4. 3rd walk of the inning for the Wasatch pitching staff, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, pinch hitter. It's going to be number 22. Brennan Meekum.
Yeah, Meekum a pretty imposing hitter here, Tyler. Big athlete. Kind of towering. I wouldn't even venture to guess here. He's definitely north of 6 feet. But physical. Just looks like a guy you'd love to put on the defensive end of a football field.
0-1 the count. Bluth back working out of the stretch with the runner on first. Big lead, misses high and inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, really big lead and a hoppy lead, Tyler. If Wasatch has a timing pick play at first base, that's just an out being gifted to them right now. If Jack just, sorry Jack, I wonder how many times that's going to happen. If Eddie just delays.
A nice pickoff move here. Ooh, Mahoney thought he had him. It's a safe call. 1-1 the count, still with 2 outs.
See, I like the move, Tyler, but what I maybe would encourage there with Eddie is if you see the hopping, just a split second longer. Just wait a little bit longer, change up your timing, and I think you'd get him hopping out a little bit, just anticipating you're going home.
1-1. That one's in there for strike 2. Moves the count to 1-2.
They teach hitters, and there's all kinds of different ways you can phrase this, but what kind of count is it? Is it like a USC count, a UCLA count? And when you're standing on first base, the runners will often look for that cadence of the pitcher. Do they come set, and is it a UCLA go? Is it a USC go? Or 1, 2, 3? I mean, you can do it a whole bunch of different ways. But often as a pitcher, you can throw off the runner if you'll just mix up that sequence.
The 2-2, 2 away. The pitch misses high and up. Moves count to full.
And I don't know if you can see it on the video for sure over here right now, but when Jack, Eddie, again, it's going to happen several times. When Eddie holds a little longer, you start getting hopping going on at first base, and that's really not a good thing to be doing if you're a base runner. You can get your feet off and easily get you picked off.
The payoff is swung on. It's going to be elevated to shallow right field. Jack Salmon backpedaling, makes the play, and Wasatch gets out of the inning on the pop out. But not before Union scores 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. It's 8-2 as we move into the top of the 6th.
Are you ready for lunch? lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment, even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You're listening to Wasatch High School Baseball. First game of the season. Wasatch at Hurricane High School right now, taking on the 3A defending state champions, the Union Cougars. Rich tradition between these two schools. About 15 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, these guys were in the same region. It was Region 10 for about a decade or two. And actually, the last time Wasatch made it to the state championship in baseball, it was against the Union Cougars. That goes all the way back to '89, I believe. So nice, rich history between these schools here. Union right now leading Wasatch 8-2 as we head into the top of the 6th inning. First pitch from our new pitcher, Meekchum, is going to be in there for a strike against Mahoney. Mahoney swinging at the second pitch. It's a high, towering pop up to the shortstop, which is going to be handled for the first out of the 6th inning. Ty, and that going down history lane here for a second. The last time Wasatch was in the state championship against Union High School, throw out a little trivia.
Yeah.
Who was, I guess, I don't know what way to phrase it, but who was the starting pitcher, I guess is how we'll say it, for the Was in that game.
Are we throwing out to our listeners?
Yeah, I could throw it out to you as well, but we'll hold off for a minute, see if the listeners can get it. Had to give you a clue. Big-time talent on that team. Maybe the best player in Wasatch baseball history. I think you took him as your overall number one draft pick.
I did.
One of the greatest Wasatch baseball players.
Did you see a number for the pitcher, Ty?
Yeah,
pitcher?
it's Meekchum.
Meekchum, thanks,
Yep,
Meekchum
in there to throw.
Make it easy. Crew Baxter into the box for Wasatch. Pinch hitting here for Braxton Fowler. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, so we talked earlier about Crew. You tried convincing me he graduated a few years ago.
No, I'm glad he's not graduating.
Crew, a nice bat for Wasatch here to be able to have coming off the bench. Came on strong last year in the second half of the season as well. Didn't get his opportunity until a little later on in the first half of that season, but he capitalized when he got his opportunities in the second part.
Fills up the count with the ball just below the knees, so 3-2 the count with one away, nobody on base. Wasatch trailing 8-2 here in the top half of the 6th. Wind blowing out to right. He's definitely got the power. Nice off-speed pitch, lands it for strike 3. Strikeout there for Meekchum, his first of the game, and it's going to bring up now that's going to bring up Micah Dahl. Micah has had a good day at the plate, had a sacrifice line drive to center field in his first at-bat, walked in his second at-bat.
Well,
another off-speed pitch, misses for ball 1.
Ty, you want to reveal that starting pitcher?
Yeah, Clint Kelson.
Clint Kelson, player on that runner-up team for Wasatch against the Union Cougars. Went on to have a very successful career at Hawaii and then Utah.
Micah Dahl is going to elevate one to the outfield. That'll fall in. Center fielder was playing deep. Micah Dahl has his first hit of the season that drops in front of the center fielder, and Wasatch has a base runner with 2 outs.
Doesn't Clint Kelson, how he became a hitter at Utah have one of the best stories.
Great story.
He was a pitcher overall, right? And a good one at that. But on his birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He convinced the coaches. He kept bugging them. Let me hit.
Let me hit. I can hit. I can hit.
And the coach said, I'll give you 4 pitches. If you hit 4 out, we'll let you hit in the game. And he went bomb, bomb, bomb.
And then off the top of the wall.
Off the top of the wall. And they said, okay, I guess we'll let you hit. And he became an All-American hitter.
Was a WAC hitter of the year that year. Won the WAC hitter of the year award. Ball's going to get away. Again, Tyson Dahl in to run for his brother Micah. He'll take the base on the pass ball. 1-1 the count here to Kyron Stocking.
Well, you can hear it in our microphone right now, can't you, Ty? The wind's starting to really pick up and gust here in high school.
Big swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Wasatch trying to get back in this thing. Trailing by 6. Gave up 5 in the first and 3 in the fifth. Off-speed pitch is going to miss. Dahl's going to scamper back to second base. That's one to go on. Going away from third base, and he knows it.
Yeah, never a good sign when your base runner's frustratingly clapping as they're going back to the base, right? Knowing that that's a missed opportunity. But Ty, 2 outs, you're still in scoring position.
It's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop gets over, makes the play, gets rid of it quick, but it's going to get away from the first baseman. Nice play from the shortstop, just out of the outstretched hands of the first baseman just enough, and Kyron Stocking is safe, and Wasatch has runners on the corners.
Wasatch needs a bunch here, Ty, so this is nothing to get overly dramatic about, but looking for things to coach and build on in the future. That's where that ball before in the dirt comes into play, because you score on that ball. That single there from Stocking up the middle is going to get you a run across the board if you take that bag that was available on the previous pitch. Instead, now that single in the middle that stays down by the infielder, you've got to get back-to-back hits, which statistically is just not as common to get here, Tyler, if you're playing the money ball scenario. So you'd be looking at an 8-3 score right now rather than 8-2. But like I said, Wasatch needs a bunch in this particular game, so they're going to try to string together several hits in a row.
Wasatch is going to put a runner in motion. Swing and a miss from Eddie Blue. So runners on second and third, 2 outs, and an 0-2 count here to leadoff guy.
When you're closing it out like Meacham is here, you can just bring whatever you got. Doesn't need to hold or save any pitches because he only needs 4 more outs. He's got a good hammer that he was able to punch out Crew with. Got to be mindful of that if you're ready.
1 ball, 2 strikes, misses on the ball, goes back to the off-speed. This one's going to get away. Tyson's going to try to score on the wild pitch and does so. Wasatch chips in, makes it now 8-3. Kyron Stocking will advance as well to third base.
Kind of fun having your brother in the dugout, right, for Tyson and Micah. Got a little rivalry between those two, isn't there? Doesn't Tyson claim that he's the better of the two?
Oh, yeah,
like
definitely.
Any good younger brother
of course,
should, right? You got to come in with a little
definitely.
swagger.
2-2 now the count with 2 away. Runner on third. The pitch. That one misses everything again. Gets back to the backstop. Kyron's going to try to score. It's a short porch. Catcher can't come up with it. So Wasatch steals 2 runs here with 2 outs. First 2 guys got out. And then Wasatch is able to produce 2 runs with 2 outs. Makes the score now 8-4.
Yeah, and it's grinding it out, Tyler. Neither of those singles are ones you're going to put on the highlight film, right? You've got kind of a broken bat flare single from Dahl, but he gets on. Kyron has a slow roller that doesn't get out of the infield. But, Ty, you just find a way to get on. And then you take what the other team's giving you.
Ball's elevated. Ball's elevated to the outfield. Little miscommunication between left fielder and center fielder. Center fielder will come over and make the play. And Wasatch is retired. But they do get 2 runs. Makes the score 8-4 as we move into the bottom half of the 6th.
Hey, it's Nicole from Mountain Refined. I wanted to take a moment and invite you to visit our showroom. We are locally owned and operated with the largest selection in Wasatch County. In our showroom, you will find everything from bedding, home decor, gifts, jewelry, beautiful furnishings, and even flooring. We even have a large selection of protein powder. It won't take you long to find out what everyone's talking about. We can't wait to meet you. See you soon. We're located at 480 North Main Street in Heber City.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
Wasatch High School Sports.
Bottom of the 6th brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Stop on in for sales and services. Visit them at their store in Midway, or visit them at their website at gravitycoalition.com. New catcher behind the dish for Wasatch is going to be Otis Sweat, who's going to come into the game, a junior. Eddie Bluth still on the mound for Wasatch.
It's our first chance to get a look at Otis here, Tyler, live. But the rumblings I've heard about Otis is similar to a Trent Sweat, who was a great catcher for Wasatch back in the day. Just kind of a tough, gritty kid that gives you exactly what you want behind the dish. You kind of want that dog behind the plate. And so excited to see how Otis does here in this one.
Top of the order here for Union. Misses behind him for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Now low and away for ball 2.
As a hitter, you never liked that, did you? When the pitch goes behind you, just made you uncomfortable. It's what you would say effectively wild, right? Especially when it's starting to get a little cold, the wind's blowing. Hard to settle into that box comfortably when a ball goes behind your back.
That one misses just inside for ball 3. So a 3-0 count here to the leadoff guy for Union. Labrum on deck. Takes a little bit off that one, and that one's in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. Eddie working out of the windup, delivers the 3-1. That one's low, ball 4. Second walk of the outing for Eddie. Going to bring up, again, Labrum. 2 for 3 today with a double, RBI, and a single. See if Union gets aggressive here. You mentioned the last game against Logan High in the 6th inning, put up a 12 spot after trailing 2-0 going into the 6th. Put up 12 runs in the top half of that inning. This is low and inside for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, what a gut punch that must have been for Logan, right? You're up 2-0, defending 3A champ, and then you get 10 runned in the next inning. You're done. You've lost. You've been 10 runned when you were up 2-0 late in that ball game.
Trying to stay inside, misses again. That moves the count to 2-0.
It's one of the great things we love about baseball, though, Ty. It's not like the other sports where you've got a clock that counts you down, right? Everyone gets the same amount of outs, and you got to play to the last one.
Nice pickoff move from Eddie. Picks him off, and Wasatch has one away.
Oh, how about that move, Ty? He's already kind of showing you, gonna ask it early, but up there with some of the better pickoff moves that we've seen at Wasatch. And who comes to mind as far as other guys that just have good, really quick pickoff moves? Who were effective at picking guys off? TJ North had to be one of the better ones. Go more recent memory, those lefties always had a nice little advantage. There's a hit by pitch. You remember Cannon Bay?
Yeah.
It's a joke. You know, it's easier if I just walk them and then pick them off. It's just easier to get them out that way. He had a great pickoff move. Picked off a lot of guys.
Braxton Faller's got a nice one, Ty. We saw it last year as a freshman. He's got a nice little pickoff move.
That's a good quick release there from Eddie, though. Throwing it like a catcher. Just that quick little dart.
Going to bring up the number 3 hitter for Union High School. Again, the Union leading 8-4. It's first baseman Marks hitting on the left-hand side. That one's in on the inside corner for strike 1.
So I know we've been out of coaching for a few years now, so maybe there's something that's adjusted, but just I'm baffled at the hopping that Union does at first base. I don't know if it's something that's being coached. Many Union players are doing it, and often the players, when they get their leads, you're told to just kind of slide out there, always have your feet under control. But Union, they get out there about half their lead, and then they start jumping consistently. It's just a strange thing. That's obviously
their coach do it, right? Because everyone's doing it on their team. The 0-2 misses ball 1.
And maybe it comes down to the fact some kids are just more athletic than others, and like this kid's hopping, but it's a little bit more under control. Some of these kids, it's like you're just begging to be picked off over there the way they're doing it.
1-2, and that one's high and inside for ball 2. 2-2 now the count, 1 away. Ball's going to be elevated to center field. Brown goes back, makes the catch over his shoulder. 4-2 away. Nice play from the freshman Brown.
Tell you what, Ty, if this wind continues today the way it is, right now it's coming from the north, pushing to the south here on this field. And if you get a lefty in there with a little two-seamer, thinking through this the way Brown threw that ball in from center field, that thing just kind of ripped across, cutting back into the infield. You get a lot of action with a lefty coming into the wind.
Foul ball here against Roberts, the third baseman, who's 2 for 2 today.
These are the kinds of days where, like a knuckleballer, if you go back to like Ryan Chadwick back in the day for Wasatch that threw, he had a really good knuckleball to go with his 90-mile-per-hour fastball, which is totally unfair. But in a game like this where the wind's kind of pushing from behind home plate, that would just make that knuckleball move so much.
High chopper to Shaw. Shaw fields it cleanly, throws it on the run in time, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 runner's left on base. We're going into the top of the 7th. Wasatch trailing 8-4.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden as you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
Top of the 7th brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Stop on in to Camas at 2nd North Main on your way up Mirror Lake Station Highway. Wasatch 3 outs away from falling in their opening day game here against Union High School, again trailing 8-4. To recap it, Wasatch gave up 5 in the first, 3 in the 5th. They answered both of those with 2 runs in the 2nd and 2 runs in the 6th, but still find themselves down 8-4.
Well, you got the right part of the lineup coming up to mount the comeback. 2, 3, 4 to start off the inning. Need 4 runs to keep the game going. Obviously 5 to go get yourself a win.
Blake Sweat, followed by Austin Brown, and then Colton Hafen is who's up. Beacon goes with the off-speed, misses for ball 1. 1-0 the count. That one misses inside for ball 2. Pretty good pitch, but catcher couldn't handle it, so out without a ball.
If you're paying attention to your Union, Blake was looking like he was getting ready to come uncorked on that. So the strategy sometimes when you're down like this is to take a pitch, see if you can work the counts and get a few walks.
Blake swings at the 2-0. Nice backhanded stab by the shortstop. He throws it across the diamond. It's not going to be in time. Infield single for Blake Sweat, and Wasatch has the leadoff guy on.
Just good all the way around on that play. Good barrel from Blake. A great grab at short, but he kind of planted funny in the dirt, Tyler, and popped up a little awkwardly. And throw off target. First baseman, smart, coming off the bag to keep that ball in front, not trying to give up an extra bag. But that's the start Wasatch needed. Leadoff man on. Now get Meacham into the stretch and see if he can start doing a little damage.
It's going to bring up the freshman Austin Brown, making his first appearance from the left-hand side again in his game. He's 0 for 3 today. Pickoff moves not in time. Wasatch a long way to go to get back in this thing. 4 runs.
Yeah, so you'd expect conservative base running early on here, Tyler, where you need base runners. So I wouldn't expect anything too crazy from Blake at first.
That one's in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count.
Brown here, his first varsity game for Wasatch as a freshman. Starting as a freshman, hitting in the 3-hole. Pretty telling of what they think about this kid.
1-0, he swings at this one. This one's roped to right field. They're not going to get to that one. It's off the wall in right field. Brown's thinking about 2. Blake's trying to get it 2nd and 3rd. And how about that? A double for Brown in his first game. He roped that one all the way to the wall. Wasatch has runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out.
Well, Ty, I didn't want to pull out the broadcaster's jinx, but he's a kid that has got phenomenal power for the age that he is. And even though Perkin has this towering fence over there in right field. He's a kid that could get it over, especially when you've got the wind blowing about 20 to 30 miles per hour in that direction. And you can see there, I don't think he got all of that. I think that thing was kind of off the cap. And that was a laser beam that would have been over the fence had it been a normal size fence over there. But since they've got the monster over there, it hit about, 10 to 12 feet up on the wall and came back down. Bright future there for Brown.
It's going to bring up Colden Hafen with runners on second and third. Still nobody out here in the top of the seventh as Wasatch trying to get back in this thing. Hit by pitch, struck out swinging, and walked. So he's reached base twice, has a base open. He swings at the first pitch for a foul ball.
Before we move on from Brown, I want to go back, though, Tyler. The best part about that play was the way he came out of the box. You see how quick he was moving, Tyler, and he got halfway to second and then figured out he's got to figure out whether Blake's going or not, but he's got some speed moving around the bags.
Strike two. Tried to check swing, wasn't able to hold back, so no balls, 2 strikes here to the senior Hafen. And misses outside and low for ball 1. 1-2 the count.
That's a good spot. I really like that spot as an 0-2 pitch for the pitcher. But if you're Meacham, you got to get back on the mound and throw it. These Union pitchers wanted to stop and talk to the umpire quite a bit.
1-2. This one's elevated to shallow center field. Shortstop, second baseman battling over it. Second baseman ends up catching it, but the shortstop goes tumbling down. No one able to tag, so runners will stay at second and third with 1 away.
That's that point in the game, Tyler. That ball should be the shortstop's priority, but the wind's going to cause fits over there. It's blowing it back towards the second baseman, so the second baseman not giving up on it, going over to get that. And balls in play are going to give you an opportunity right now with this weather. Just got to be competitive at the plate, have the ball in play, make the defense make plays.
It's going to bring it Bridger Shaw. He's going to swing at the first pitch. That one's elevated foul, but with the wind, it's going to come all the way back in play. Nice play by this catcher. He'll make the catch. And Wasatch back-to-back outs on pop-ups. Now they're down to their final out.
Yeah, it's a very good play from the catcher there, Tyler. That ball pushing back into fair territory as you talked about. Catcher's not had his finest game behind the dish. A few pass balls that have given up runs, but making a big play there.
It's going to bring up Graham Mahoney. He's going to swing at the first pitch. This one's elevated to left field. Going back. Nice play by the left fielder, and he'll make it at the warning track. And Wasatch is defeated 8-4. A couple of hits in that last inning gave Wasatch some life, but they'll ultimately fall 8-4. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have our Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show. You're listening to Opening Day Baseball for Wasatch High here on 94.5 The Peak.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laughs. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.